Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has responded to questions forwarded to him by members of the National Parliament during the House's 14th regular session of its third-year tenure. During the regular session, the representatives have raised a number of issues, including current affairs of the country, peace and security, diplomacy, issues related to access to seaport, among others. Today's news bulletin is crafted to give you the essence of what happened today at the People's Representatives, so stick around to find out more. In a related development, while responding to queries raised by parliamentarians, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed stated that following the Pretoria Peace Agreement, the federal government, in a close collaboration with the interim administration of Tigray, the state has conducted fruitful reconstruction and rebuilding works in Tigray region. Following the peace agreement, the government renovated Aksum, Shire, and Mekelle airports with a budget of $500 million allocated by Ethiopian Airlines and restored air transport, the premier stated. The telecommunications sector have fully resumed services after maintenance and repair works had been conducted on 1,000 kilometers of fiber optic cable and other facilities, he said, adding that 4G services are now available in the region. Adequate measures have been taken to resume electricity, banking, educational services in the region, the premier indicated. Moreover, the Prime Minister disclosed that 630,000 hectares of land has been farmed. He indicated, adding that 100,000 quintals of fertilizers has been dispatched to farmers in the region to enable them ensure productivity. Some 500 tractors to be distributed to farmers in Tigray region have been purchased to improve agricultural practices, and 200 water pumps are ready for distribution to enhance irrigation farming in the region, the premier added. In his response to questions forwarded by members of Parliament, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed underlined that Ethiopia attaches greater importance to its relations with neighboring countries, saying that Ethiopia has already started exporting electric power to Kenya. The Prime Minister pointed out that the conclusion of an agreement with Tanzania to supply the country with electric energy, as is a part of its efforts to contribute to the regional integration. Through promoting regional power trade, Ethiopia will continue to facilitate regional economic cooperation in the continent, the premier noted. Ethiopia will expand its power trade to the south of the African continent to increase access to reliable and affordable energy in the region.
So I'm now here by Biblioteca Alexandria, replacing what was once the greatest library in the world, the Great Library of Alexandria. And I'm now here in an area called Bahari, which is nice actually, full of palm trees and greenery. I'm now here inside the Citadel of Cape Bay, which is a must-visit really here in Alexandria, especially around this time. You're going to get great views of the city during golden hour. I've just been inside there, the old fort, which was attacked by the British invading forces, and much of it was destroyed. What remains today
While responding to queries raised by the lawmakers, the Premier stressed that Ethiopia is always committed to cement ties with neighboring countries. Regarding the relationship with Somalia, the Premier noted that the friendship between the two countries is so profound that Ethiopia does not wish any harm to come upon Somalia. Haptamu Ashagre takes it from here.
After Ethiopia has signed an agreement with Somaliland for access to the sea, the whole politics is shaking and issues have been raised in this regard. In spite of this, member of the parliament raised some issues related with the port agreement to the Premier.
The Ethio-Somaliland agreement signed based on the give-and-take principle. This agreement has also realized with internal, external and geographical complications. What is the preparation of your government to handle some problems regarding with Somalia? And what is your plan to create clarities to neighboring countries in this matter?
Responding the matter, some quarters are trying to incite conflict between the two nations, which should not happen, the PM underlined.
The people of Ethiopia and Somalia are bound by blood. Many Ethiopians have died for the peace of Somalia. As we all know, over the past 15 years, over thousands of Ethiopian soldiers have been dead to restore peace and security in Somalia. And no country has paid as much as Ethiopia for the peace of Somalia. Therefore, Ethiopia has no intention of destabilizing Somalia and transgressing the sovereignty of Somalia.
The Premier added Ethiopia has been tirelessly working to restore peace and security in Somalia.
Our quest is access to sea based on mutual benefit. This is useful not only for Ethiopia but also for regional cooperation. The stability of Somalia is our stability. The peace of Somalia is the peace of Ethiopia. Moreover, Somalis are our brothers and will grow together. We thought that Somalians are our brotherhood. It is far more useful about mutual benefit rather than conflict.
Besides, Ethiopia has close friends in both Western and Eastern countries, the PM said, adding that the country will continue to strengthen its relations in this regard.
Democracy and supremacy of ideas are the only way to political power, as any other unlawful means to the helm of political power, particularly to the barrel of a gun, will only remain a delusion. The remark came here today when Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed addressed a member of the 447th Legislative Assembly, where he further underscored that ensuring durable peace and security in Ethiopia is imperative to consolidate the country's development and prosperity and coexistence. Our staff reporter Hikmat Tamam has attended the event and compiled the following report.
Addressing questions raised by the members of the parliament, Prime Minister Abiy pointed out that the national interest is not prioritized as it is causing instabilities by armed groups arising from personal interests. As per the Premier, the government is undertaking various measures on destructive elements that cause the spread of conflicts.
I can confirm that the federal government and regional states are prepared to engage with all actors who are willing to lay down their weapons and participate in the peaceful political engagement. We are committed to foster dialogue, reconciliation and inclusive process to achieve lasting peace and stability.
The Premier recalled that after the reform, the government made call for opposition groups abroad to enable the dissidents to engage in peaceful struggle, as the government is devoted for peaceful negotiations.
Engaging in conflict offers no benefits. It only exacerbates our present difficulties. Thus, by giving precedence to peaceful negotiation and dialogue, we believe any issue can be resolved effectively. Concerning the administration boundary demarcation, the government is committed to ensure this matter through peaceful dialogue, aiming for resolutions that ensures lasting peace. Engaging in conflict brings no benefits. It only exacerbates our present difficulties.
Prime Minister Abiy finally urged violent forces to embrace peaceful options and end violence to ensure lasting peace in Ethiopia.
Meanwhile, during today's live televised parliament session, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed reiterated Ethiopia's readiness to negotiate on the Grand Ethiopian's Renaissance Dam to members of the highest lawmaking body. The latest round of talks held in December last year on the $4.5 billion hydropower dam broke down without any agreement. In his response regarding the stalled trilateral negotiations on Ethiopia's flagship project, GERD, Abiy said, Ethiopia is ready to listen to the demands of the brotherly people of Egypt and address them to the best of Ethiopia's ability. The Premier has also stressed the need for readiness by the Egypt side to address Ethiopia's demands.
Regarding the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, Ethiopia is ready to discuss with Sudan, South Sudan, Egypt and Eritrea on any of its agenda. Although the water flows from Ethiopia, we are ready to resolve their concerns. The information claiming that Ethiopia's filling of the GERD will cause the Aswan Dam's water volume to decrease has also been practically disproved. Ethiopia is ready to listen to the demands of the brotherly people of Egypt and address them to the best of Ethiopia's ability.
While addressing lawmakers, Abiy said the accusation from Egyptian side that Ethiopia's filling of the GERD's reservoir will cause a drop in the volume of water held by the Aswan Dam is a deliberate distortion, adding the accusation has also been practically disproved. The GERD has demonstrated the fact that there will be no damage to the lower riparian countries it was indicated. The Premier also stated that the filling of GERD will not be an issue anymore. Ethiopia has always put mutual prosperity and cooperation at the top of its list, adding that the idea of promoting merely one's own interest won't take us anywhere. Take a listen to this.
The future generation will not tolerate on such grand issues, though the current ones do. We need to cooperate on the give and take principle. Hence, we are ready to discuss and settle our problems.
Before I wrap up the hour's news bulletin, let me now remind you of top stories of the hour once again. Premier Abiy says Ethiopia has no intention of harming Somalia in any way. Ethiopia expresses its keenness to listen to Egyptian demands over the GERD. That's all we have for the hour. Many thanks for watching. I'm Oscar Domatnafo. It's bye-bye for me.